Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello primary 5, how are you today? Today we are going to talk about environmental balance. But first, let's remember the last lesson in which we were talking about food relationship among living organisms. And we said that the food is the main source of energy, and we talked about some food relations between some living organisms. Today we are going to talk about environmental balance. To know what is environmental balance, let's look at the following figures and conclude the concept of environmental balance. First, as we can see in the following figure, we can see some plants, some animals, water, soil. Okay? These components contain some living organisms like plants and animals, and non-living ones like water and soil. So these components together are called ecosystem. So ecosystem is any natural area including living organisms like plants and animals, and non-living organisms as air, water and soil. So the components of ecosystem are living organisms as plants, fungi, algae and animals, and non-living organisms like air, water and soil. But what are the classification of ecosystem? Ecosystems are classified according to their size into three categories, which are small ecosystem like water pond, large ecosystem like ocean and desert, and very large ecosystem like the universe, and it is the unified ecosystem. What is the relation between the components of ecosystem? As we can see in the following figure, the plants depend on sunlight, carbon dioxide, water to get its own food by making photosynthesis process and produce oxygen gas. Rabbit or some animals depend on plants directly to get their food, and some animals like lions depend on plants but in an indirect way to get their own food, while humans depend on plants and some animals to get its own food and energy. Environmental balance. If you are living in your environment and you are having a shelter and having your food without any competition, so you are in case of environmental balance. So environmental balance is the balance among the components of ecosystem. But what are the factors that affect environmental balance? There are some factors which are natural factors and artificial or man-made factors. The natural factors like the disappearance of some organisms and appearance of some organisms, and environmental imbalance, like what occurred to dinosaurs which have disappeared due to the change of natural conditions that they were living in. The other type of factors that affect environmental balance are man interference due to man activities like cutting down trees, burning of forests, pollution of environment, and eroding of soil, and leaving the soil without planting that end to their damage. But what are the factors that keep the environmental balance? First, predation. Predation organizes the number of the prey population. How can this occur? When the predator catches its prey, it catches only the sick and the weak one, which can't escape from its predator. So it organizes the number of prey population because it leaves the strong ones, which can reproduce, adding strong members to the prey population. The other food relationship is saprophytism. Saprophytes, like bacteria and fungi, decompose the dead bodies and recycle the important elements to the soil, which can use them for the plants that use them in producing their own food by photosynthesis process. Benefits of saprophytes: we can use saprophytes in some industries, like the industry of food, like yogurt, drug industry, like the industry of chemicals and medicine, laser tanning industry, okay, as we can see in the following figure. That's all about our lesson today, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.